All right, welcome to The Zone. We're doing another preview, I guess, update to my fantasy team and some predictions. Last week, we had a bunch of predictions, then we had the international break, so there hasn't been really any videos. I ended up predicting 4 correct victories or scores in the City-Arsenal game, the Norwich-Leicester game, Spurs-Watford, and the Manchester United game. I actually didn't get any scores right this week, so we've only ever got, so far in 2 weeks, 1 correct total score, as in victory, draw, loss, whatever, 1 correct full prediction. You can see why I don't end up betting, because this is difficult. Quite some stuff going on with the international break. You've got the Brazil fiasco, you've got Ronaldo rejoining Man U, which as a United fan obviously I'm buzzing about, and my team's doing really poorly. Last week we got 44 points. I don't know if I showed you that. Maximum managed to bag me an assist. Salah did decent, finally got the clean sheet for the United lot. Everyone else, Kufal, Barnes, Richarlison, Jota, Sanchez, all poorly performed. Mahrez got me, he came on, got me an assist, but because he didn't play, didn't really get any points there. And I've fallen massively behind in my league because I don't have Antonio, and everybody appears to have Antonio. The sort of reaction is I'm going to wildcard. So I'm going to wildcard, and I'm going to show you the team that I've picked. Now, there's a ton of stuff going on here and a lot of deliberation, and I don't even like the team that I've picked because obviously in Fantasy League, you have to make accommodations, and the problem is because I haven't had Antonio from the beginning of the game, he's expensive now. I think he's like 8 million maybe. I can't quite remember the score, but he started at 7.5, I believe. Yeah, it makes picking awkward. So what I've done is I've decided to just not really overthink it and just pick the players in my mind that I definitely want. And then I'm going to just fill in the rest of the spots with logical people. The one person I'm missing is Torres from City as a false 9 or striker, whatever you want to call him. He seems to be the guy up top for City. But my theory is, who knows when he plays? Mahrez can score and then be benched. Player can get 3 assists and be benched. So my logic is Torres will probably do well again, but there's Champions League coming up. He's played a load of minutes for Spain. He's playing minutes for City. He's probably due a rest. Probably Sterling will be up there. I don't want to take that gamble because my team's already weak around the place. I don't want to weaken it by shoehorning in Torres or a Jota or a Greenwood and then them not ending up playing and then been stuck. So just to say, Jota, Greenwood, and Torres I'd all like, but then that gets rid of my striking options, and I'm just going to go with some picks that I want. So what I've decided to do is stick with the cheap keeper. Just completely stick with the cheap keeper, Sanchez. We'll go with the front line first because that kind of explains things. So I want Ronaldo. So he's going in. I still bear in mind, think Bruno will be a good pick. I still think he'll do great. You know, everyone's winging him out of the team to get Ronaldo in. But to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if Bruno outscored Ronaldo because Bruno does phenomenally anyway. And now he's going to have a striker to pass to. Yes, he's going to give up penalties, but how many more assists is he going to get from a clinical striker? It's probably going to balance itself out, right? So I'm just going with Ronaldo because it's bloody Ronaldo and I want him. All right. We've also got to remember it's a game and you've got to keep it fun. You don't want to follow a complete template and be boring and climb the ranks. Like, I want to have fun and pick the people I want and try win my mini league. I'm getting Antonio in. I'd rather have Calvert-Lewin, but he's too expensive. And I don't think he's worth the extra money over Antonio, even though I still kind of want DCL. So I'm going to stick with Antonio just because everybody's got him. It's kind of safe in the sense that if he does really well, you know, everyone's got him. And if he does rubbish, well, everyone does rubbish with him. And then I'm going Lukaku. So instead of putting Calvert here, I've gone for Lukaku because I just think he's got a couple of okay fixtures. He's got then a hard fixture and then he's got a decent run. And he should be able to get goals. Now, is he worth that much over, say, a Bamford, Jimenez or Jimenez, Calvert-Lewin? Probably not. And this is where most of my funds have been spent. So in an ideal world, if I was a bit braver, I would have a weaker striking force, maybe even just 2 strikers, lose Antonio, and then upgrade one of those defenders to be Torres or something like that. But then when I think about it logically, I'm like, who do I want in my team, Antonio or Torres? Probably Antonio. So I don't really want to do that. So I'm just sticking with the 3 big guns. I have a lot of premiums in my team, so I'm a bit stuck. I don't want to get rid of Salah because, yes, I could do like, you know, maybe I could do Jota Greenwood or X and Y, but like Salah's going to play every week and you can captain him and it's Salah. So I'm keeping him. So then we're kind of running out of funds and I also definitely want Trent. The reason is if he starts to do really, really badly, I can always downgrade him and then upgrade someone else. But if he starts to do really, really good and he starts to price rise, I'll never get him in. So I'm going to put him in there. And the way I see this formation is it might look like 5 at the back. What are you doing? But Alexander-Arnold's basically like a midfielder in terms of FPL. If he was listed as a midfielder for 7.5, people would still buy him. So the way I see it is I'm playing 4-3-3 effectively. I do want Calvert-Lewin. Gray is scoring. Yeah, I know he blows like hot and cold, but maybe he can feed Calvert-Lewin. Maybe he gets a cross and assist for a couple of games. That's my gamble, because obviously if he doesn't do well, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm going to have no money. So that's my gamble because I'm miles behind. So I'm putting in Gray because with Richarlison maybe not playing because of Brazil, I know he's kind of the cert to play, but we don't know what's going on. So I'm just thinking he's probably going to play. Gray this is. So he goes in. Then I obviously want Shaw because I think he'll be crossing to Ronaldo. So I want him in. This also, in a week's time, might become James because I have 0.1 in the bank for Chelsea. So this could become James. Tierney, I think, has a good run of fixtures, but it's Arsenal and they're terrible. So if this really goes bad, I can downgrade him. And then maybe upgrade Gray to like somebody else. Then I've got Wolves defender because I think they've got a really good run. And surely at some point they have to keep a clean sheet. And then next I've got Rudiger. He's kind of expensive for what he is. I could go Christensen, which is another way I could rejig my team later down the line. But Christensen might not play with Silva. Silva might be used for Champions League. I don't know what the case is. But Rudiger's the most nailed. And if I'm wildcarding, I want everyone to play. So I'm going to pick him. And that's the team. Bench is Sissoko because he's like maybe the most likely to score as a DM. There's Allen because he plays a lot of minutes. That's it really. And Mendy here just because he's 4.4 and he gives me the money, the flexibility to maybe upgrade Shaw to James down the line. So it ain't perfect. The team isn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but that's what I've gone for. And who knows, for all we know, Lukaku could roll up next week and pull his hamstring, and then you're going to have to rechange your team anyway. So I'm not going to think about it too much. So predictions. So let's get the pen out. This time we'll go for blue. Maybe blue gives me some more luck. All right. Crystal Palace Tottenham. I'm going, I think Palace will score. Let's go a darker blue. I think Palace will score, but Tottenham will win. I think also, just to note with the FPL thing, like Harry Kane has been overlooked, but he is expensive, but it's Harry Kane. I think Arsenal will finally win, and I think they might just keep a clean sheet. I actually think this could be a 2-0, and then Arsenal fans are going to get excited that they've turned a corner. Brentford, Brighton. I think Brighton are going to win this 1-0. City, Leicester. Man City are too good to predict to lose, to be honest. I don't think you can really ever predict Man City to lose. Unless they're playing Man U, obviously, or maybe Chelsea. So I think they're going to win. I actually think this could be like a bit of a cementing fixture, meaning like they might just roll over them and people go, wow, they just rolled over Leicester like it's nothing. I'm going to go 3-0 City. United, Newcastle, I'm going to go 3-0 to United with Bruno and Ronaldo on the score sheet. Southampton, West Ham. West Ham got to win that one. I think maybe 2-1. 2-1. Watford, Wolves. I think this is going to be a goal fest. Even though I've got a Wolves defender, I can't see them keeping a clean sheet. I think this could be like... This could be 2-2. It could be a bit manic. And Chelsea Villa, I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea. Because, yeah, they're pretty dominant in that regard. So those are Saturday's predictions. If we delete those and we go to Sunday, we're going to see that it is Leeds, Liverpool, and I think Liverpool win this, but don't keep a clean sheet. I think this could be like a 2-1 Liverpool type of deal. I think 2-1 Liverpool could work. And lastly, I believe is the Everton game, Everton-Burnley, and I think Everton will actually win this one 2-0. So those are the predictions. That is the team, the fantasy league, and all of that good stuff. Cheers for tuning in. We'll see you if I get any predictions correct. Hopefully more than one, or at least one. What have you done with your team? Have you... So that is the predictions. That is the score. That is what I think is going to happen. We don't know, but that's my guess. We shall... So that is the prediction. Those are my scores. That's my fantasy league team. What have you done with your fantasy league team? Let me know in the comments below. Are you on a wild card? Are you saving a double transfer? Have you gone as many premiums as me? Or have you been a bit more sensible and made an actual fully working team? Let me know. Cheers. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff.